And welcome to the castle, everybody. This is knightsaberZ42, and this will be the review episode for Loot Rascals. I guess more of a first impressions kind of video, because I don't really do like official reviews and stuff. But I'm gonna get started, and before I actually start talking about the things that really worked for Loot Rascals, clarification on some rules, or a thing that I've kind of read up on. So this mailbox here, this is okay. So when you die, a monster takes a random card, and ooh, that's pretty cool. And what happens is that card goes to another player. It's kind of like a very backwards hidden multiplayer feature that they're gonna send your card to another player, basically, or another monster in another. Get over here. Okay. They're gonna send the card or the monster to another player, and so what happens is if they beat that monster, oh excuse me, then they can either keep the card or turn it in. And of course, if you've seen some of my other videos, probably can already tell that I've already encountered some of those. So if you give the card back to the person, then there's a chance that that player may actually spawn in as a hologram, which is pretty cool. And if you take their if you keep their card, then they can come back in as a dark hologram. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Okay, so so that's the clarification. I kind of read up on that because I was flabbergasted at the end of the last episode as to what was going on every time I died, or like why they were taking my cards and whatnot. Bolus, come over here. Okay, you're not gonna come over here. So something else. Well, actually, let's go ahead and talk about the review. So things that really worked for Loot Rascals, or at least in my opinion, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and give me that +1. Let's go ahead and give me that strength, the attack. I love this card dynamic for the game, that everything isn't random. It's straight up, you either have a high enough attack to kill them or not. And I love the way that the cards kind of work with each other. Like, some cards have extra features even though they're the same. Like this spike pan has cards to the left and right get a +1 bonus. So it really makes you think about where your cards are going, especially when some cards are like only in slot number 2. It gives you a plus bonus. So I really, oh man, I really like that dynamic to the game, and the monsters are definitely varied enough. Oh, I'm gonna get hit a lot of times. The monsters are varied enough to where they each have like their own attack patterns. Oh, he's gonna steal one of my cards. What a douche. Can I attack him, please? Oh no. You best get your butt over here. I don't care if I take it. Wow. He does 3 hits. Okay, so the monsters are definitely varied enough to where you have to think about what their patterns are. Like that guy, I've never encountered him, so I didn't know he dealt 3 damage. Or I guess his attack was 3 times my... So I did know that. I always keep forgetting that. Damage is kind of interesting in that regard. So defense is actually really important. An all attack kind of strategy that I was playing around with before, it can work in some situations but not in all situations. You'd have to be very careful, and I'm glad that there needs to be a balance between like either having a really good defense or a really good attack, because you can have both, but you can't let one fall over the other and still play like the average player. The powers also are very cool. Like the unique cards that I've found, those are really cool. I really enjoyed those, and when you get one, it's like, all right, I finally got this cool card that's gonna make my whole deck better. And so we're actually going to go ahead and get some more attack going for us. And so I really like that dynamic. I'll go ahead and blow this up. That guy is gonna wreck my day if I let him, which I don't want to. Oh well. Oh, yeah, you have to think about where you are wanting to move as well, because if you get knocked up in the wrong spot, then the enemy can straight up jack you up. Like that guy, he had 12 defense. So yeah, just come right on over at me. I probably shouldn't have taken that. And now they're going to get to come to me. This works if there's only one. This one works if there's a card above or below. Oh, excuse me. So I'm thinking of just going to go ahead and do that. Get some more attack there. And then there are the spells. I haven't found all the spells yet. I've had, I think, about 4 of them, so I'm actually missing 2 that I've actually gotten to play around with. And the spells, they have a very interesting dynamic. Like burn, you can either burn, you can burn enemies and do damage, or you can burn ice cubes and open up a pathway. So it's really interesting that like certain monsters have weaknesses and resistances to some of your spells, and it's a very intricate game, or well thought up game. There's a lot of systems at play here, and I think it really works. They don't exactly explain everything, like the hidden multiplayer kind of deal that I had to read up on. That would have been good to know, but I guess it wasn't really absolutely necessary. So here we go. Let's take out one of these bonus girls. I'm gonna take this bonus girl. I also kinda do like how there is a, let me get rid of one of these. There's a timer, not in the strict sense that if you are here when the timer is down to 0, you automatically die, because that's not the case. But I do like how, I'm gonna attack you first. But I do like how there is a sense that you need to hurry, or else these bigger, badder enemies are gonna come out. Burn ability, okay. So that's really cool. I really do like that. Why did I? Okay, I'm so glad. And that's something that always gets me, is like when I'm at the edge of a tile, you can really accidentally move yourself back and then trigger another, oh, I don't want to deal with you. You can trigger up another turn, which will be bad. You don't want to do that. Bolus girl, which way are you moving? I need one more turn. Come on, there we go, die. Alright, back to safety. I only have 1 token, and I'm about to get my second one right here. So, healing, making a mistake is very bad. I've come to realize. You really can't afford to make a mistake, because if you do, then you're gonna have to waste tokens. And, you know, now I have to pay 4 to heal myself up. And so that's very bad. I guess that's kind of a way of balancing the game and making it a little bit harder, because if it was always 2 coins, or like 2 tokens, or if it even increased per floor, then that would kind of make certain floors very easy. Oh wow, he straight up died. But at the same time, I can also see that system working. Whereas first floor is maybe 2 coins, and then the next floor is 3 or like 4 coins even. We'll put it right there. There we go. So now I can freeze enemies, and I think that might also affect the terrain. Let's test it out. Nope, it just froze him, but he's got a resistance to it, so he's just frozen for a couple turns. Unfortunately, actually, I want to go ahead and fight you, and then I'm going to come up here and fight you, and then I'm going to come up here and fight you. There we go. And then I got a new ability. This one is hold on, let me read up on it. Oh yeah, the spectral decoy one. That's an interesting one. I got to play around with that one last episode for sure. Trying to figure out where I want to go. Okay, so those are some of the things that actually really worked out for the game. Things that I actually very much enjoyed. The way that this game is definitely lacking, not in its shortness, because it is by no means a short game with only 5 floors. It's the fact that you can't save in between. Even having a save feature, oh man, even having a save feature in between floors would be good. I must equip it, really? Oh man. So not being able to save your progress means that I have to actually go for one sitting, which is kind of bad in a sense, because I mean, I always imagine this game being a kind of a quickie, you know, a quick type of game that I can sit down, play maybe a floor or two, and then come back to it. But that's not the way it goes. So, oh, this is to the right. Never mind. Then I would like this to be here. There we go. Did I even? Yeah, that should have increased something. And there we go. I got +1 to everything. Okay, that works out. But the lack of a save feature, definitely, I could see this turning off a lot of players. Can I put that there, please? There we go. And you're gonna explode. When are you gonna explode? There you go. Oh. I think I can sneak up on this little guy. There we go. Got him. I think that not having a save feature will definitely turn off a lot of new players to this game, and I've kind of already read some comments about that in on the Steam community, so there's definitely that. Otherwise, the game seems to run fine. The only lag that I had was actually from the tutorial. For some reason, the game lagged outrageously when I was doing the tutorial, and I haven't encountered any sort of lag since when I was playing the game. I really do like how they included a daily feature, and I thought that was pretty cool. I actually didn't expect that, but it's kind of nice and fun, you know, when you do have that, and you know, you actually play it, and then you see all the how well you can rank, and the fact that there's also a seated system is also pretty cool too. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze you. Oh, that's probably not the one that I needed to freeze. Crap. And I am actually out of things to get rid of. Ah, man. I still only got one. Come here, shark man. And there we go. I'm gonna, oh, this is the bottom row. So put it in an even slot and get a +2. Go ahead and get rid of that. And now what I want to do is go ahead and heal. But this ogre is probably going to come up and attack me. He can actually move once per turn. I thought he could only move every other turn. Interesting. So this game definitely is a puzzle game. And not so much as a, you know, strict up RPG, you know, building up skills and stuff. I think this is more puzzly in nature, and I think it's a welcome addition to the genre. Oh, thank you for blocking. I definitely need to be careful though, because these guys will actually hit me for 3 if they actually get an attack on, like so. Okay, that was interesting. Can I please kill you? Thank you. And you also gave me a card. Spend 3 tokens to fully charge all cards. Okay. I don't care for that. That guy, I can't remember what he does. But there's definitely a... What the heck? There's definitely a lot of variety in this game to the point where, you know, it's interesting, but how long is it going to be interesting? Yeah, you can stop spitting your little blah, blah, blah stuff. I mean, that's just, oh, I'm gonna die. Yep. But that's just what I think. I mean, this game definitely brings something new to the table. It's just, how long can this game last? I mean, I'm pretty sure that once I beat it, I'm kind of done with it. But my journey to actually beating it is kind of where a majority of this takes place. And also, I really love its humor too. It's very Rick and Morty in its style of humor. And I really like that, especially the voice acting and just how wacky it is. And so, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm not going to start a new run. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Check the description for my Facebook and Twitter information. While you are at it, give this video a huge thumbs up to support the series and subscribe if you would like to see more. I will see you guys in the next video.